right, here we go. The 6AX Classic Breakfast with Nat and Westo.
Channel 7 last night, Nat, My Reno Rules kicked off, and we had the host, Dr. Chris Brown, on the show. It's back tonight at 7:30 on Channel 7, and joining us this morning from the judging panel, the very experienced Neale Whitaker. Good morning.
Good morning, guys.
Good morning, Mr. Whitaker. How are you?
Mr. Whitaker. I'm never going to lose that, am I?
No.
I'm Mr. Whitaker for the rest of my life now.
People would recognise you obviously from such shows as The Block, Love It or List It, one of my favourite shows, but you've sort of pulled back on that because your partner Dave hasn't been in great health. Before we go any further, how is he doing now?
He's doing great. Thank you for asking. Yeah, David had quite a few rough years and certainly did have a lot of health problems that he has pretty much overcome. He's in a good place, and as a result, we're in a good place. Fingers tightly crossed, but thank you for asking. I really appreciate it.
That's great.
Yes.
And you and David have just sold your home. You've bought another home. You're in the process of renovating. I mean, then you get into a new show, My Reno Rules. What the hell is wrong with you, Neale?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm a glutton for punishment, aren't I? There's something wrong with me. We did sell our property. We had a beautiful country property just a few miles down the road from where we are now on the south coast of New South Wales. And we've bought a beautiful old Federation weatherboard cottage in the little town of Berry. We've got a big renovation journey on our hands because we don't make life easy for ourselves.
Oh, why? Why not?
Once it's done, it is going to be a beauty, and we're hoping that it will be our forever home.
Well, good luck with all of that, Neale.
Thank you.
I have suffered in the past from the renovation addiction, and at some point you kind of have to kick it because if you don't, you'll just get sucked down into the swamp and may never come back.
But as addictions go, it's a good one.
Yes. To the show itself, it's only just kicked off and you've exceeded your budget because in the press kit that was sent out, you were asked in 3 words how you'd describe the tone and energy of the show, and you came out with high stakes, life-changing, fast-paced. Why use 3 words when 6 will do? So is that a sign of things to come, that we're going to have some kind of budget blowouts, etc. on the show?
Oh, now look, I couldn't possibly be pushed on that. I don't want to reveal too much, but I think the first episode does give you a taste of how fast-paced this show is. I mean, it does move along at quite a gallop. It's a very high-energy show. I think that pace will remain right until the end. And of course, you know, the beauty of this show and what makes this show different to everything else is the fact that these houses are going to be given away. It is a huge giveaway. You know, you could be watching that show, sitting at home on your sofa watching the show, knowing that you could potentially win one of these homes.
What more reason would you need to watch the show other than your good self and, of course, the incredibly attractive Dr. Chris Brown is hosting?
Oh.
Well, look, I have got 2 fellow judges, Julia Green and Simon Cohen. I think that we also developed, between the 3 of us, a great rapport. We had a bit of fun on the way.
You've got to, don't you? How different was it working with someone like Dr. Chris Brown and the likes of Scotty Cam? They're very different people, aren't they?
Yes.
Very, very, very different. I mean, obviously they bring completely different things to the show. I loved my years working with Scotty Cam.
Yeah.
How could you not? But I also think I'm going to enjoy working with Dr. Chris on this one. He brings a very different energy to the show. He's got a great sense of humour, and he's on a learning journey with this as well. He would be the first one to admit that he was learning as he went along from the contestants and maybe from us judges as well, because I think he really listened to what we had to say to the contestants.
It's very different to being in the jungle or manhandling a feral cat, isn't it, really?
I guess it is. I mean, the thing I will say about Dr. Chris is he is a man for all seasons, isn't he? And all situations. I mean, he will try his hand at anything and succeeds at all of them.
Before we close, I must just talk to you about one of my favourite real estate agents, Mr. Andrew Winter. You have a little show on Foxtel, which I just love. Love It or List It, Australia. Now, if people haven't seen it, this is a great show. Homeowners struggling to renovate the home, then they decide to get you guys in, you do all the renovations, and then they get to decide either to love it or list it. I have to ask you, Neale, as a fan of the show, do you ever get really annoyed by some of these homeowners? Like, I'm looking as Andrew's walking around these homes and I'm going, put all your crap away. Like, make the beds, for goodness sake. Chuck a throw rug on there. Do something.
No, don't. You're not a fan of the throws, are you, Neale?
No, I'm not a fan of the throw. You've done your research. That's
Ooh.
good. No, I'm not a big fan of the throws. I'd probably say put your throws away.
What about chopping cushions? Are you still into the chopping cushions, or is that
not
Shayna
really.
Blaze?
No.
Okay.
Look, I think, no, Shayna loves a chop cushion. I did love a chop cushion, but I think I've gone off them a bit now. I think you can over chop.
Okay.
You can have too many chop cushions. But in answer to your question, all our homeowners on Love It or List It, they're all different. You know, some of them are incredibly house proud. When we arrive to film, the house has been turned into an absolute showroom. Others are, shall we say, a little more relaxed. Let's leave it at that. Let's say relaxed. But I am occasionally surprised by the state of the house when we walk through it. I wouldn't do it, but hey, we're all different, aren't we?
Yeah, we are, mate. Thank goodness for that. But I think some of Andrew's comments when he goes through that house, he's like bad cop and you're like good cop.
Yes, I mean, we are a bit like bad cop and good cop, aren't we? But somehow we meet in the middle.
You're the
And
nice
we also
guy.
have a lot of fun on that show too.
I love that show. 6 seasons. Is there going to be a
seasons,
7th of Love It or List It Australia?
I hope so, is the answer to that. Watch this space.
Right.
But no, it is a very, very popular show, and we definitely want to be back with season 7 before too long.
Brilliant. Well, I'll be looking forward to that. Even
Yes.
more so looking forward to episode 2 of My Reno Rules with
My
the
Reno
wonderful
Rules, yes.
Neale Whitaker. Thank you so much for joining us this morning. It's been an absolute pleasure.
My absolute pleasure, guys. Thank you very much for having me on.
I hope this was as much fun for you as it was for me.
The Classic Breakfast with Nat and Westo. Weekday mornings from 5:30 on 6AX.
I'm done. Stick a fork in me. I feel good.